Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. It is that time of year again. It is time for the Sephora Holiday Savings event. So if you want to hear a little bit about my recommendations and also see what I'm thinking about purchasing, what's on my wish list, keep on watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So this time of year is always exciting. I mean, who doesn't want to save money on makeup? This is a really expensive hobby. So let's just talk a little bit about the holiday savings event at Sephora. First of all, you have to be a beauty insider. And I think if you're a beauty insider, you automatically qualify for the 10% off. Then there's VIB, which is 15% off. And then there's Rouge, which is the ultimate 20% off. The Rouge members get to shop first, and that date is going to be October 28th. I'll put all the specifics in the description box so that you know, as well as links to anything that I'm talking about in this video. Let's just cut to the fun stuff. Let's just talk about some of the things that I would recommend. This is if you're looking for these products, if you're looking to shop the sale. I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I purchased over the course of this year that I like. It's not gonna be everything. I do believe I did this video for the previous sale, so I can link that one in the cards. Before I talk about what I would recommend, there are some brands that I kind of wouldn't recommend purchasing from during the Sephora sale, or that I wouldn't rush to purchase from. The first brand is Pat McGrath. As we know, or you might not know, but Pat McGrath is having all kinds of sales. She's actually having a sale right now where you can get up to 30% off. Of course, she has some exclusions that apply. So if you're looking for anything from the new Celestial Nirvana collection, then the Sephora sale is gonna be a good bet for you because those items are not included in her sale. So if you're looking for any Pat McGrath items that are outside of the new collection, I definitely would skip those and get them directly from Mama Pat. If you miss this sale that she's having now, I guarantee you she's gonna have another one really soon, and they're just unannounced. So just sign up for her offers. Black Friday is also around the corner, which brings me to Natasha Denona. The new items from Natasha Denona, like the My Dream palette and that collection, that's not gonna be on sale on her site right now. It might be for Black Friday. She does pretty nice Black Friday palettes. Some are like almost a buy one, get one. So if you're not looking for the brand new Natasha Denona items, I would skip Natasha Denona. Tatcha. Tatcha is another brand that frequently has 20% off. If you're not in need of something, or you're trying to figure out like, can I skip this for now, like to save money, Tatcha is going to have a 20% off. I don't think I've seen anything higher than 20% off, but they do have 20% off. And I've seen it a few times this year already. If you shop it from Sephora, it's fine. But if you don't need it right now, it can wait. The last brand that I was thinking about is Kiehl's. Kiehl's has some of my favorite skincare products. And they are always texting me with a buy one, get one, 25% off. They recently had up to 40% off, which I'm mad because I missed that. So I'm going to just save my wish list for Kiehl's and wait till they have their sale. And I know they have Black Friday as well. So those are 4 brands that come to mind that I would think about, you know, waiting on. Now, the brands that I would purchase from are the luxury brands. Tom Ford, if that's something that you want to try. Thomas. Dior. Dior will participate in sales when they're at department stores, but you won't get anything above 15% from what I've seen. Gucci is another brand that I don't see go on sale. And if it does, it's not gonna be more than 20%. So Westman Atelier is another luxury brand that you might be able to catch some of their products for 20% off outside of the Sephora sale, but I'm not sure. Ooh, another brand you might wanna skip is Melt Cosmetics, because for like National Hispanic Heritage Month, they had 25% off site-wide. So yeah, that's another brand I would think about skipping if you wanted anything from Melt Cosmetics. I think those are all the brands like that really come to mind right now as far as shopping and skipping. So I'm gonna talk about my recommendations in the order of how I get ready. And that way, hopefully I will not leave anything out. I am gonna scoot over and just pull up the website. That way we can see these things in detail. And some of them I do have with me. So let's go ahead and get started. So for my brows, I use a combination of drugstore and high-end products. First, I go over my brows with the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat, which is this right here. And what I really love about the Brow Cheat is just how small the spoolie is. So I do have it right here, and hopefully you can see how small that spoolie is. The reason that I like the spoolie is because it doesn't make a mess and it does grab on to thinner hairs to help to thicken the appearance of my brows. I really like that. I have the color black brown, and I love when brands have black brown because that is the perfect color for my brows. I also do fill in some of the more sparse areas with the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. I was thinking about trying something else for my brows from the sale, but I'm not really sure because if this is working, I don't know why I need to do anything else. But I do see that they have those brow pens that actually have the almost like the little micro blade, like the blade, like the three, what do you call them, like prongs, like to make the little hair like strokes. They're not prongs, but they look good for making hairline strokes. I don't know about that, but I do know I enjoy this tinted eyebrow gel. Once I have my brows the way that I want them to look, I go over them with the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. Again, this gel just helps to keep my brows in place, and I like it. It's a clear gel, and it helps them. I'm trying to achieve the feathery look. I have not mastered that at all yet, but I'm trying. It's got 4 stars. It works well for me. So I do recommend this for brows if you're looking for something to hold them in place. Now that I think about all of this, I probably should have started with skincare, but if for some reason, like I don't do my skincare, like if I'm just running out, I will always try to make sure I do my brows. And that's why I wanted to start with them first. I've been using a sample of the Rice Wash Skin Softening Cleanser, which I really like, and I'm thinking about getting that in the full size. I also use a cleanser from First Aid Beauty, and it is the Pure Skin Face Cleanser. I like both of these cleansers. They're really light and they don't really have a scent. And then usually after that, I go into a toner or an essence, but both of those are from Kiehl's. I'll just show them to you even though I'm not purchasing them. I'm gonna wait. So I just recently purchased the Milk Peel Gentle Exfoliating Toner. I have not used this one yet. The one that I'm finishing up is from Innisfree, which is a hydrating toner, and that was nice, but I wanted to have a toner that had an exfoliator in it. So I will keep you posted on that. Now the essence that I use is also from Kiehl's. It is the Ferulic Brew Facial Treatment Essence with lactic acid. I really liked this one and I used it up. The other essence that I have, I actually just finished. Not that we need all these essences, but this is the Innisfree Firming Energy Essence with fermented soybean. This is probably my 2nd or 3rd bottle of this, so I might get this. And I usually do this one in the morning and the Kiehl's one at night. Now, the moisturizer that I've been using lately is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream Plumping and Hydrating Moisturizer, and I only have a small sample size of that, so I might purchase the full size from the Sephora sale because I'm running out. But if I wasn't running out, I would just wait until Tatcha has their next sale. Anything that has a dewy finish, I love, and since I've been using this sample, I just really love how my skin looks. So most likely I will purchase the full size since I'm almost out of my sample. Now, some of the other skincare lines that I really like, and I'm not sure if I have anything on my wish list right now, but that I have tried this year, is from Youth to the People. All of their products, I like them all. I love the cleanser. The Superfood Antioxidant Cleanser is a really good one. I have done the Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask. I have done the Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream. And I did an eye cream. Let me see where it is. Oh, I've done the Yerba Mate Resurfacing Energy Facial. I like that one too. And I'm looking for the Dream Eye Cream. Yes. So I have used a lot of their products and I like them all. Kiehl's or Youth to the People? Let me think. I'll have to figure all that out when I really make my cart, but that's another really good skincare line if you were interested in trying anything from that brand. And they do have a bunch of different sets that I'll have to talk about in a separate video, but I just wanted to get these recommendations out there. I like all of their products. They're just very gentle. One thing that you may not like, where's the toner? Or maybe it's this exfoliant. One of them is real sticky. So if you're gonna do that one, you would do that one at night because it makes your face sticky. But I kind of like that because it makes me feel like it's working. I think it might be this Kombucha AHA liquid exfoliant with lactic acid and glycolic acid. So yes, I've tried a lot of Youth to the People. Now I'm thinking about how much I have enjoyed this brand. All right, let's move on. I think that's it for skincare for me. Oh, eye cream. So the Youth to the People eye cream is good. And then the one from Kiehl's, again, I'm waiting. The one by Kiehl's is the Super Multi-Corrective Anti-Aging Eye Cream. This one is a pricey one, but I loved it. I'm gonna wait on that if I choose to get that one, or I may go with YTP because I can't keep saying Youth to the People. It's just too much. Let's move on to primers and sunscreen. The sunscreen that I use for the most part is the Tatcha Silk Sunscreen Mineral Broad Spectrum SPF 50 with the hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. That's the one that I use the most. I really like that it has the skincare in it, but it's also really serum-like. The other Tatcha sunscreen is great too though. I use them both, and since I've mostly been using the serum, I'm trying to alternate it with their other sunscreen, which is, it's the Silken Pore Perfecting Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 35. So yes, I use both of those, but I will go with the serum because it has the higher SPF and then it has the hyaluronic acid and the niacinamide. And for me, it works really great with my primer and my makeup. So I have no issues with that. And it lasts a long time. A little bit goes a long way. I'm still on my first bottle of this, or it's not a bottle, whatever you call this shape. I'm on my first one from the last Sephora sale. Now for my primer, I am going to repurchase the Natasha Denona Energizing and Hydrating Primer Serum. Love that stuff, super dewy, looks great under my makeup. I spilled some of it and wasted the last little bit that I have. So I will be repurchasing another one of these. And that's all I really have for my primer. So going into foundation.
I gave this thing to Miss Barr.
Oh, you did? Thank you. I'm glad you remembered. A lot of foundations have been released this year. We had the Charlotte Tilbury one I tried. That was okay. I think it was a bit yellow for me. I really did like the NARS Advanced Light Reflecting Skincare Foundation. I think that's what it was called. But I think my favorite one from Sephora is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I wear shade 11 in this, and a little bit really goes a long way. Literally one pump is enough for my face. You can build it up. And I think that the finish is really like natural, glowy and radiant, but it's not too dewy. So if you don't like a foundation that specifically says dewy, I think that this one would be a finish that you would enjoy. So this is the only one I'm gonna really recommend. There are lots of other good ones, like there's Pat McGrath, there's the NARS, like I said, but I don't know, this is, I think, by far my favorite. And I feel like every time I wear this one in a video, people always say like, your skin looks really good. It's just the glow that the foundation has that I really like on this. And I also like how little of it I have to use, so I feel like it's gonna last a long time. Now for concealer, I have a couple concealers that I really like. The Pat McGrath has been my #1 for a long time. And this concealer is called the Sublime Perfection Concealer. But again, I would wait. I would get it on sale from her site. But I'm just sharing which ones I like. I also like the LYS Beauty Triple Fix Brightening Concealer. I think that is another really good one. And with both of those concealers, your under eyes don't look cakey, they don't look dry. It's just the perfect amount of like brightening. Well, depending on how you like your concealer. But I really like the finish of that. As far as my favorite though, I think I'm gonna go with the Dior Forever Skin Correct. Now this concealer I purchased online and it's a little bit darker than what I normally go for, but I love it. It's easy for me to use this one as like a concealer and then for me to cover certain areas because some days I'm not even wearing foundation and this blends in perfectly and it's really skin light. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. Out of all the concealers that I've tried, I would say this is the one that I am going for the most. After I do my concealer, I set my under eyes and I'll be honest, the powder that I'm using the most is from Chantecaille. That is just my favorite. Second favorite, I did like the Pat McGrath under eye powder. It's really powdery, but I have been using the Elephant palette from Hourglass, and I will talk about these face palettes. These powders are like the perfect shade for like the medium skin tone. What I would go with for setting powder, to be honest, it's old school and I still have mine, is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, because when I'm not using the Chantecaille, that's what I'm using. And now they have the 3 colors. So I have the original one, volume 1, but I would probably go ahead with the volume 2. Hourglass is something in their powders that just gives you a really beautiful natural finish in person. I guess it's the ambient technology or whatever it is. So this is still like my highest ranking powder. And I've hit pan on 2 of the shades in my trio. So I don't need another one now because I have a couple of those powders in the Elephant palette, but I definitely use those, and probably not the brightest one, because the brightest one is a little bit bright to me for my under eyes, at least in volume 1. But like, I think it's the middle shade is the one that I really like for that under eye area, and then I can use it all over my face. And it's the same with the Chantecaille. I like this little one-stop shop situation I have going on, and so I haven't been using separate eye powders and then face powders. So still love this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. So we're gonna move on. So after I do that, I go to a bronzer. When I'm not using my Chanel bronzers, the ones that I use are the LYS Beauty No Limits Cream Bronzer and Contour Stick. It really melts into your skin, super easy. It is beautiful. I still recommend the Gucci bronzer. I have the shades 3 and the shades 4. I got those last year, still love those. And lastly, the Rare Beauty Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Sticks. Those are really good as well. So those are my picks for bronzer. When it comes to blush, I know a lot of people are curious about the Gucci blushes, but honestly, I feel like they're overpriced. If you wanted to try one, I would definitely grab it during this sale, but I honestly feel like these are a bit ashy. I don't know. They weren't my favorites. I have the Rosy Beige shade as well as the Bright Coral. And I just have blushes that I enjoy way more than these. So I don't recommend these. These are a no. Now the blushes I will recommend are these RMS blushes. These are some of my favorites of the year. I have the shade Mai Tai, so pretty. It's just beautiful. Like, look at that nice finish on that blush. So Mai Tai, I have Maiden's Blush right here. And then I also have Sangria. I personally will go with these blushes over the Gucci blushes in a heartbeat. And the other blushes that are my favorites are the Hourglass blushes. At Night is probably one of the best in my collection. So it's this one, and it is the Sublime Flush. So the Hourglass and the RMS Beauty blushes, I hands down will go with over the Gucci blushes. So that's really gonna be what I recommend. So now we can talk about eyeshadow palettes. I don't have a whole lot when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. As far as my eyeshadow primer though, I do wanna try the one by NARS. Right here, I have the Natasha Denona My Dream palette, and this is her newest one. So again, you're probably not gonna find it on sale too many places, at least not for 20% off. So I did like this palette. It's not my favorite Natasha Denona palette, but the quality is excellent. I actually did purchase the whole collection along with the cheek palette and the lipstick. I wouldn't really get the gloss. I thought the cheek palette was nice. The blush isn't my favorite, but I really do like the highlighters. But if I got anything from this collection, it would definitely be the eyeshadow palette, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about face palettes at the end. The other palette that I have here in front of me that you're probably not going to find on sale is the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. I haven't used this yet, so I can't say that I would highly recommend it. I'm just saying it's a new palette that I know a lot of people like, and it is a pricey palette, so to get this for 20% off, I think is going to be the most that you're probably going to be able to get off. No. August noticed that I'm wearing earrings. He said that I get my ears pierced today. All right, so I also have in front of me the Celestial Nirvana palette from Pat McGrath. Now this is one of the Pat McGrath items that I was saying, if you are looking to purchase it, they're not going to be on sale on her site. So that's the entire collection. So anything you want from that collection that Sephora has, I will go ahead and get at the sale, during the sale. If you watch my review on this, I really did not care for this palette. I thought that I was, but I don't. But I know a lot of people do like it, and the quality is great. It just didn't pan out the way that I wanted it to for the looks. I might be missing something, but I honestly don't think that I am. I have purchased probably more from Indie this year, so I don't have any other recommendations. I know Anastasia came out with some palettes. I didn't purchase any of those, so I can't speak to them. Viseart always has really cute palettes, and I have some that I haven't used, so I can't say that I recommend them. Plus, Viseart has sales as well as Muse Beauty. I think that's their overall, the site that they're also on. So I would wait on Viseart. Now, Charlotte Tilbury did come out with these hypnotizing pop shots, and unfortunately I haven't seen them, but this green one, if they become available, I really like this one. And I think the Cosmic Eye shade, which is the blue purple duochrome, is a beautiful one too. And Smoky Quartz. Get these on sale if you can, because they're $34 for one. So you definitely need the $6 off or $7 off, however much it's gonna be with these pop shots if you're interested. Surprisingly, that is gonna be it for the eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna actually get ready to take a walk because
even me and Marky.
And then when I come back, we're gonna talk about liners, mascara, lash serums, face palettes. Those four. I don't have a whole lot though.
Do people know this?
Oh my God, and lipstick. Lipsticks are the problem, y'all. That, pray for me. Pray for us.
Oh, pray for me.
Pray for you.
Yeah, because my pinky.
All right, you guys, I'm back from my walk. I'm still looking, you know what I'm saying? This little tiger palette, this has really held up. So let's get back to it. So I talked about eyeshadow. Setting spray, I really don't have anything new. I just used the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray or the Urban Decay All Nighter. Nothing to really mention in this video. So let's talk about liners, mascara, and then lash serums. The only liners that I would really recommend are the Charlotte Tilbury Matte and Metallic Double-Ended Liners. I do have all of them, and I use them all of the time, both sides. Those are the only ones I would recommend. However, she has them for 30% off right now. So they're like $22.30 or something like that, or $22.50. So that's way better than the 20% off. I was just thinking about that. I don't know when that sale is gonna be over, but I would grab them from there. I don't need any replacements at this time, so they're not in my cart. They're not gonna be in my cart, but I love these liners. For mascara, I use a wide range of mascaras from drugstore to the high-end mascaras, but I really do like the Charlotte Tilbury Push Up Talk mascara. I actually ordered the brown one. I have that one, Dream Pop. I think that's what I have. And I got that with the friends and family. I have not used that yet, but I had a sample of the black, and that's why I got the full size. Other mascaras that I like the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. That's pretty much it. I do have a sample of like the Dior Show mascara. I do have the Dior Show with the red, like the reddish burgundy one, but that's not available at Sephora. So I don't think you really need to spend a whole lot on mascara, to be honest. So I don't really have much for that category. But for my lashes, I do use the Grande Lash Serum. I use that faithfully every night. This is a mini one, so you could get one of the gift sets or a mini set if you want to try them out. But consistency is the key as far as seeing any type of difference with the length of your lashes, but I've definitely seen a difference. So I would highly recommend the Grande Lash Serum. It has really worked for me, but again, you have to be consistent. So next we'll talk about lips, then we'll talk about face palettes. I think lipstick has been my thing lately, and I do have some recommendations for that. Let's start with Dior. So Dior did release their Forever Rouge Dior Forever Transfer Proof Lipstick. I would highly recommend trying these. They do not transfer. I'm talking about all of the shades. They do not transfer. I do have one right here. This is Forever Sensual. And some of the shades they don't have at Sephora. They only have on the Dior website, but I really feel like you could find a shade that you like. So there's Forever Sensual. I would say if you are interested, I would do Nude Style. That's 300. Forever Nude Touch. So 300, 200, 100 is Forever Nude Look. Those three are so good and they do not move. That's fine. The Dior Lip Shines. Y'all have probably heard me talk about them too much at this point. The Dior Addict Refillable Shine Lipstick. Yes, this is the shade Dior Bar. This is one of the deeper shades, but I love how this shade looks on. These are so juicy and they smell so good. I love them. The Rouge Forever Proof ones, transfer proof, those smell like more like powder, and that's what their mattes and their satins smell like, the velvets too. I didn't pull out any of the velvets, but they have the mattes and the velvet mattes. They're both very good. So any of these, just find the shade you like. The satins are good. And don't forget the cases. I'm gonna get the other case that I wanted, but the denim one I love. I have this fabric one. I'm gonna get the one with the like the embroidery, the flower embroidery on it. So the cases are gonna be 20% off. So that's definitely worth getting. The Gucci lipsticks. If you wanna try a Gucci lipstick, I would recommend doing it during the sale. Now, I have only tried the Velvet Mattes, but I've heard great things about the Glow Care and Shine, as well as the satin and the sheers, and I love them. Now, this transfer proof matte liquid lipsticks, these are definitely overpriced, but if you're gonna try one, try it during the sale. I really like them. I really like them. I have the shade They Met in Argentina. Oh, I love that one. Where is that? Yes, it's the soft matte pink lipstick color. I love this one. It is so pretty. And then I also have, not that one, Nelly Cherry, which is a soft matte red. Oh, I love this. They are definitely overpriced, but I really like it. Yes. The Rare Beauty lipstick is great. That's what I wore today. It's probably worn off. This is the Kind Words lipstick. Let me find it on here. So yeah, the Kind Words matte lipstick. I have the shade Wise. These are nice as well. Yes, these are very, very nice. I think that's it for lipstick. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but those are the only ones. The Dior ones are especially my favorite. And like I said, Gucci, just because they're lipsticks that you're not gonna be able to get on sale. I have some time for lipsticks, but I think for those, even with the 20% off, those are just too pricey for me. So I think that's gonna be it. Let me finish real quick so you can get your shower. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done, guys. I'm so glad you like the food.
God, my more chicken? More chicken, please?
Yes, you may have more chicken.
Can I get it?
You can get it. Do you see the spoon? That pretty much leaves us with the face palettes. And you probably will know which face palettes I'm gonna talk about. I do have one of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Blush and Highlighter palettes. Ooh, I only got 3 stars. Oh, I have the medium deep one and I really like it. And I did do a video on this, but I think this is really beautiful. It is expensive, it's $75, so it makes it a little bit better with 20% off. But I think the highlight for the face palettes are gonna be the Hourglass palettes, specifically the Tiger palette, which you can see I'm all oranged out today. That's what I have on my eyes, that's what I have on my face. It might be too much and I've been sweating. But this Hourglass Tiger palette I think is so unique and different for Hourglass. It just doesn't look like anything that I've seen from their holiday collections in the past. It is really beautiful. For me, this is a bronzer and not a setting powder. And then all of the blushes, like I can use all of the shades. I really don't have any complaints. The second choice would be the Elephant palette. What I love about the Elephant palette is that it has setting powders, whereas the Tiger one does not have what I need for a setting powder. And these two at the top are perfect. The highlighter is nice. This bronzer, I mean, it gives me a little bit of a bronze, but not much. So if you're getting this because it has a bronzer, I wouldn't at all. This bronzer is not the greatest. The 2 blushes are really nice. The Butterfly palette, I also think is really beautiful. I think the issue with the Butterfly palette is that you are gonna get a couple of those shades that are in that ambient trio. So if you have one, you're gonna get repeat shades. But if you need a setting powder, this tone, this is going to be good, but this is not going to work for everybody. Unfortunately, I think these blushes are so pretty. So I'm trying in my mind to figure out how I would make this Butterfly palette work for me, but I really don't know if I can. And I know some content creators felt like the highlighter was too icy. So I'll think about that, but the Tiger palette, I mean, if you had to pick one, the Tiger palette is it. It really is, as far as the face palettes go. And that is gonna sum up my recommendations for the sale. I'm hoping that I'm not forgetting anything. It's highly possible that I am, but I'm just trying to think about what stands out. Let me just show you what's in my loves list right now. Here's my love list right now. I have the Dewy skin cream, but it is really expensive. $69 even with the 20% off. I'm just kind of like, I'm sure I could find another moisturizer, especially if I go into Youth to the People. I can probably find a moisturizer that I like just as much. I really think I can. Tobacco Vanille, Tom Ford. I have had my bottle for probably a year or 2 now. Going on 2 years maybe, and I'm not finished, but I'm definitely way below halfway. And I've had the body spray, I've had the travel size one, and I've had this, and I use it. It is like my signature scent, and I mix it with other scents. I really do want this, but part of me is like, maybe I should get a size down because this is expensive. But I love it. It is the one that I reach for, the scent that I reach for more than anything else. This one in Bitter Peach. I have the Benefit Cosmetics Brow Microfilling Eyebrow Pen. This is what I was talking about when I was saying that, you know, some of the brow pens have I don't know, applicator that looks like you can make the hair like strokes very easy. I'm not sure if I'm getting this. I just put that in there because it's something that I'm looking for. I also have the Dior Backstage eyeshadow palette in khaki neutrals. I've seen a few reviews and I was talking about how I have the Sydney Grace Mountain Trail bundle or palette. This might be a little bit different, but I have to really think about that. It's not something that I need to jump to get, but I did watch Charlotte Holcroft use it and it looked really pretty, the look that she created. I really liked it. This Hourglass Phantom Glossy Lip Balm Duo, I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. It's out of stock and I really don't need that. The Makeup Forever Supreme Nude Lips Rouge Artist Lipstick Duo. So I saw Morgan Turner, she had one of these on. I don't think it was any of the shades in here. I don't know if I really don't need this. Let me just take it off. I don't need it. Natasha Denona Hygiene Skin Glass Energizing Hydrating Primer Serum. That's a definite yes. Merit has a great skin glow serum with niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. I am not sure if I need this at this time. I'm definitely curious about it, but I'm not sure if I need that. It's not a primer, it's a serum. I need to look at my skincare drawer and see what other things I have that are left over from like BoxyCharm when I did it and things like that. Because this is probably something that could wait maybe to the spring sale. Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Highlight Duo. This is not something that I really need, but for me, I'm like, this is the time. If you want Tom Ford, this is the time because it's expensive, and to be able to get it for 20% off versus 15 is what I've seen at most. I can look on Selfridges, but it probably will end up being around the same price. So this is a thought. At the same time, I'm thinking about my Indie, my Adept face palettes and things like that. Speaking of face palettes, I forgot to mention the Natasha Denona My Dream Cheek Trio. I like this cheek trio. The blush is cool, but it's not my favorite, and maybe because it's a cooler blush, but I really do like that middle highlighter and the highlight on the right. I'm definitely gonna get use out of it, and I'll use the blush and then put a topper with it, and it'll be fine. It does look nice. It's just not my favorite blush color. So if you were looking at that, I think that's worth it. All right, let's get back to Thomas. So this might be a no. Now so I'm thinking if I get this one, the Velours Khaki, that maybe I shouldn't get the Dior Backstage. I just don't need both. They're not the same, but this one, I want to try one of the cream eyeshadow quads. And I think this one would be a good one for me to try. This is going to be a beautiful, smoky, deep green eye. I think that's going to look nice. It's kind of cool in a way, like cool tone. So I'm not 100% sure. They also have the Violet Sateen, and it's crazy because look at that purple shade. That shade is not in this palette. I have to look at a review, but I don't think that shade is in this palette. I'm so sorry. I would be curious in trying it if it really looked like that, but I don't think it does. I will have to really look. I do have Bitter Peach here. What I like about this one though is that it comes with the 50 ml and then the travel. It's still $390 though. I might have to pass on these for now, maybe wait till my birthday for one of them. I also have the Rose Inc Brow Renew Clean Tinted Eyebrow Growth Gel. I really want to have feathery brows, and I think I need to like try to grow them in more. I don't know if they will at this point from plucking them like for forever, but I was thinking about trying this in the dark brown to see if I can get them to grow in a little bit more. I do want to try the Hourglass Veil Setting Spray. It's $48. It's expensive for a setting spray, but it gives you this soft focus effect. And I'm sure using that spray in conjunction with the other Hourglass products is going to be a really beautiful combination. I have the Tom Ford. Ooh, look at that 1 star. Soleil Neige Eye Color Quad in Après Ski. They're probably talking about, that's the one, this is the one I was talking about in my other video where they said, somebody said it was like the Emperor's New Clothes. That took me down, y'all. Oh, yeah, disappointing. Yeah. So, no, the Après Ski looks nice. And since I didn't get Soleil Dive, the one from a couple years ago, or First Frost, I think I'm going to like that, those peachy shades. I do have the Gucci lipstick in here. I don't think I want Mildred Rosewood, but there was I think it was like Vanessa Violet. I think that's the shade I want. Here's my Dior case, the one with the couture flowers. Yeah. They do have the gold holiday one, even though they don't have anything else from holiday at this time. I have the Pharmacy Holiday Party Green Clean Trio. I do need a makeup removing balm. I didn't like the one from the Inky List, so I threw that away. I have the NARS Power Matte Long Lasting Lipstick in the shade No Angel, which is a soft brown pink. Not sure if I'm getting that yet. And I'm not sure if I need backups. I just need to really look. But the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat and the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination Gel. Then I have this weighted razor. This really intrigued me. So why do I want this? Oh yes, because it's supposed to be hair removal and dermaplaning. So I mean, Dolphin Smooth Skin, that's what they're advertising. I would be curious in trying this. And then I have the Kilian Paris Apple Brandy Travel Spray. Not sure. I really don't like buying perfumes like blindly, but I don't know where else I would be able to smell this. I do like the Huda Beauty Burning Cherry. I really like that. I still have the travel size, so I'm probably not ready to get a full size, but that one smells really, really good. And the Mason Margiela fragrances I love as well, but I'm working through a sample gift set. So I'll talk about that in the gift set video, but that's gonna be it for like true recommendations. I know there's a lot of good things that I'm probably skipping on, but that's what I'm thinking right now for my list. And some things may come to Sephora while the sale is on, but this is what I'm thinking. So let me know if you're shopping the sale. Let me know what you think about my recommendations. Again, I think you're gonna get the most bang for your buck with the luxury brands because they don't have sales as often for the 20%. And then a lot of other brands do have sales here and there where you can wait. So you can kind of pick and choose, you know, what's gonna be your best bet for now. I do hope this video was helpful. It kind of helped me go through my cart and just kind of see. And it also helps me to look at like, what have I really enjoyed this year? So let me know if it helped. Let me know if you're shopping. Let me know what you're thinking about. And with that being said, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for this video. And I hope this was therapy for you because it always is for me. Until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.